Hello and welcome. This is just to let you know that there's a pretty big update for FIFA 21. There's going to be a link down below in the description box if you want to read this at your own leisure. Let's try to get into this as quickly as possible. Gameplay made the following changes: decrease the amount of time the team press D-pad tactic can be active for before requiring a cooldown from 30 down to 20 seconds, increase the impact of the overload ball side D-pad tactic on in-game stamina, increase the impact of the constant pressure on heavy touch, and pressure on possession loss tactics on in-game stamina, reduced the distance that AI teammates can reach when attempting to block the ball. This change applies only in situations where the ball carrier takes a shot, improved interception logic in situations where the defending player is directly in the ball's path. This change applies only to situations where the ball carrier is passing the ball. Decrease player transition speed into a step over after the skill move was successfully requested. Increase the distance that a ball can travel after being deflected by the goalkeeper's hands. Increase the distance that a ball can travel after making contact with the foot or leg of the defender during a blocking animation. Added a new clapping gesture animation in which AI teammates applaud a successful block during a potentially threatening attack, specifically when the ball goes out of play as a result of said block, and addressed the following issues. Sometimes player gesture animations could occur in inappropriate situations when a defender was defending in their own box against an attack. In rare instances, when celebrating a goal with a camera person, an incorrect scene, could be briefly seen. The player rating would sometimes take too long to update after a player scored a goal. In rare instances, a goalkeeper would perform a diving save animation earlier than intended, followed by another diving save. I've seen that. The initial save animation did not impact the following save animation. In some situations, a requested goalkeeper throw could result in an own goal if the pass was aimed at a receiver too close to the goal. In rare situations, a collision between the goalkeeper and an opponent's player could have resulted in the goalkeeper being knocked into the goal with the ball, resulting in an own goal. These instances will now be treated as fouls. When a foul occurs, which would result in a yellow card, but it is not granted due to the referee calling for an advantage, the offender could commit another yellow card offense and be shown a straight red card by the referee, in which I would just spear him like Roman Reigns would. The bridge skill move could not be performed when playing with specific button remappings. Following a pass by the goalkeeper in the advanced practice scenario, the user could lose control of the player. In some house rule match types against the CPU AI, the in-game difficulty level did not match the selected setting, increased the distance that a ball can travel after making contact with the foot or leg of the defender during a blocking animation. Sometimes skill moves were not being performed if they were immediately requested after the ball carrier finished turning. In rare instances, a player could pause a match immediately after another player's set piece. Addressed some cases of user control players performing an automatic lunge animation while the pass block assistance setting was set to off. Sometimes shoulder challenges and seal outs could result in unexpected player movement for the defending player. Sometimes defenders could stretch their legs higher than intended when performing a blocking animation. Addressed various visual-only issues during some post-match relegation and promotion playoff scenes. FIFA Ultimate Team made the following changes. When selecting a goal, song, club nickname, club anthem, or crowd chant item on the transfer market, the audio can now be previewed from the binding options screen. And when using the radial menu on the transfer market tab of the squad screen, a new icon has been added to denote the current bid status of the selected player item. Added new animations to the transfer market tab of the squad screen for when an item you have bid on is either outbid by another player or if you've won the item. Address the following issues. After claiming foot coins from team event objectives, the overall foot coin did not increase until foot was exited and re-entered. The correct amount of foot coins was being claimed. This issue only impacted when the display of the overall total would increase. A returning rewards pop-up incorrectly displayed when starting FIFA 21 for players who have already played FIFA 21 on an older console within the same console family and who had already claimed the referenced rewards. These rewards are not intended to be claimed more than once. Some My Stadium customization changes were not saving correctly if the player viewed the screen multiple times during the same session. When switching between confetti and fireworks item in My Stadium, some visual corruption could occur in the middle of the stadium. Addressed an instance of the player positions not accurately updating when switching formations on the squad screen. Lone player items did not display a lone indicator icon on the season progress screen, and when trying to access the objective screen through the button shortcut of the team event screen after the event finished, an error message would appear and the game would transition to the foot menu. The community tab incorrectly referred to tiers as levels. When equipped, the Iceland Anthem item did not play during pre-match scenes, and when returning to the foot menu after viewing an objective that was close to expiring, the time remaining counter and Take Me There button shortcut were sometimes not displaying. Updated foot pack art on the rival's mastery objective. Button sound effects did not trigger in the co-op lobby and the co-op widget. Adjusted the background of the foot store tile. Stability issue when using the view player info button following a co-op match. Career mode made the following changes: increased potential variety of youth player kit styles, boots, and accessories, and addressed the following issues. After recalling all scouts on the GTN, a confirmation window would incorrectly appear. On the budget screen, transfer sums did not count towards the player's purchased number when the transfer was done outside of a transfer window, and when exiting the weekly schedule screen, the player would be taken to an incorrect screen. When entering a match through the interactive match sim, player lock would become unavailable. Address some instances of new items not displaying correctly. When entering a match after half of it's been simulated, the in-game camera would be zoomed out unintentionally. Made the schedule rules easier to view while on the weekly schedule screen for training. Acquiring a player through a player swap transfer was not tracking against the appropriate board objectives. Youth scouts were sometimes finding similar numbers of highly rated and high potential players, regardless of the country that they were scouting. And in some instances, the incorrect board objective was being set for the UEFA Champions League. It was possible to view unscouted players' overalls through the import team sheet screen. Post-match screens would sometimes indicate that a team won a two-legged fixture via away goals when they actually won via penalties. Following a pass by the goalkeeper in the advanced practice scenario, the user could lose control of the player, and a stability issue that could occur when playing with Argentine teams. Addressed stability issues which could rarely occur during post-match interviews. Volta Football addressed the following issues. Following a match with 3 or more user-controlled players on the match results screen, my stats were not calculated correctly if another player left the match before the kickoff. Addressed some instances of players being unable to matchmake. Drop-in Volta Squad's lobbies were not correctly disbanding after dropping below the minimum number of players. And when cycling through views in the My Squad screen, the avatar portraits could display an incorrect background, making it hard to read the information presented. And when entering Volta Football, the news tile was not automatically selected. When switching between tabs and Gear Up, the UI did not always reflect the currently selected objective. In some instances, the post-match event progress screen would incorrectly state that there were 2 or 4 captains on the same team instead of just one. Avatar face morphing customizations were not always saved in Volta Squads. The Volta coins and growth bonuses that you get when playing with friends were not applied to every player when playing with invited teammates. Updated the UI in Volta Squads to allow players to see the following: active events division and rank from the Volta Squads hub, rewards that are available in the active event, placement matches information until the players have completed the 5 matches, PlayStation 5 only, updated an instance of placeholder text appearing unintentionally. The Xbox Series X and S. When inviting a friend to a match lobby, some visual corruption could have been present on the screen, and that's because no one would believe that you actually had a friend that wants to play on Xbox, so it would just corrupt. I'm just kidding. A stability issue could occur during Volta Squad's placement matches. Pro clubs made the following changes. Group, team, and camera celebrations can now be performed. The camera will now slightly zoom towards the goal scorer when celebrating, which is actually kind of cool. Address the following issues. An incorrect overall could display the center forward virtual pros in some circumstances, depending on the virtual pro's height and weight. After winning the Mystery Ball Cup, the trophy would float during post-match celebrations. Now that's the mystery. How do you get the trophy to float? Exactly. In a specific instance, a confirmation confirmation window was not appearing when making custom tactic changes. General audio and visual made the following changes: updated some kits, a broadcast package, 2D portraits, audio scenes, celebrations, and commentary. Addressed the following issues. In rare instances, a match could load without the appropriate textures, updated some album art and the EA tracks. The FIFA Playtime Help button callout did not display the requested help message. Updated lighting during the scene that plays when starting FIFA 21 for the first time. Updated several celebration scenes, addressed a camera positioning issue that could occur in Bentler Arena, a potential stability issue affected by the in-game friends list. In online seasons, the in-game substitution selection was not always the same as the pre-game team sheet. Some button callouts did not even display correctly within a pop-up. Addressed several various visual-only issues during some post-match relegation and promotion playoff scenes. In some house rules match types against the CPU AI, the in-game difficulty did not match the selected setting. I read that from earlier. Updated several instances of unintentional placeholder and incorrectly formatted text. When performing Cristiano Ronaldo's signature celebration, other players would use his voice sample. Well, they were mimicking him. I get that. It's called voice acting. Addressed several potential stability issues, and there you have it, just a little under 12 minutes to narrate these patch notes. As always, if you liked the video, greatly appreciate a thumbs up, as it's more than just it makes me feel good. I don't care about that. It's all about the algorithm. It tells YouTube and Google, who owns YouTube, hey, this guy seems all right. He's getting a lot of thumbs up. Let's climb up his channel, up the platform in the search results, the algorithm. It's a big deal. But if you didn't like it, go ahead, give it a thumbs down. And I'll make sure the next time you walk out the house, every single person you ever meet for the rest of your life sounds like Cristiano Ronaldo. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, naturally that would be great. But if not, thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care, boys and girls, or whatever it is you identify as, and hopefully I'll see at least some of you in the next video. Bye for now.